So here's the thing. I'm working on 3 different paintings. 2 of them I owe to a woman who helped me out last summer, and the other one is almost for fun, although I am hoping to see it not hang out with me for a lifetime. The paintings I'm working on are all 3 different sizes. We've got a teeny weeny right here. We've got one that's just above teeny weeny. And then we've got another one that's 6 foot by 9 foot. And I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see it in a second. You'll have to excuse me. Paint on me. And the paintings that I'm working on, the 2 that I'm working on back here, are a kind of a gift, but a way of saying thank you to someone who saved me last summer. As I was leaving Manhattan, after I dropped off a number of paintings in Manhattan and picked up another show, my truck broke down, and I really had no way to fix the situation. I couldn't get the truck back here. It was stuck in Connecticut, and I was stuck in Providence with no money. And this woman who barely knew me stepped forward and said, I'll bring it back for you. I'll help you. Excuse me for a second. So she had my truck towed. And I've had no way to repay her with money, so what I'm doing is I'm giving her paintings. I'm doing paintings, actually, from her family photographs, which is my favorite thing to do. And you know, I'm incredibly grateful. I'm very fortunate. I'm one of those people that a number of people have stepped up to help, especially in the past couple of years, as I've really gotten myself to focus and I've had a goal. And I'm really lucky that people are cheering me on, and that people like Heather have stepped up to help me when I'm just trying to keep this train moving. I'm behind it, pushing it, pulling it, just trying to keep it moving. I'm very fortunate to have people like Heather who will help me push it forward. So anyway, this is going to be a thank you gift, and unfortunately poor Heather has been waiting for this since last summer. I am normally very, very quick, but a number of things have gone on where I've been slowed. So I am finishing this up. But what gets me is, what's difficult for me at this point is, I'm used to working on 4 foot by 4 foot and 4 foot by 5 foot and bigger, and now I'm down to this poor little board. When I was on Cape Cod, not quite this size, just a little bit bigger was the standard. So now I'm going from dum-dum to dum-dum, and you know, that's, woof, it's really hard to get my mind to, my head and my hand to work together to get the proportions correct, to get the feel correct. But really that's going to be the key. It's my sense of loyalty that wants me to get this done. But it's getting my head and my heart to, my head and my hand to work together with my heart to get this done, to get the feeling right. And that's what I was getting to in the long way around, sort of, was the feeling. The size is an issue with my heart and my hand. The concept is still the same. Not covering every square inch of the surface and working in between the lines. It's still the same. But getting these 2 sometimes to work together in that understanding is a little difficult. But the thing that overrides that difficulty, the thing that overrides the difficulty and gets everything to work together sometimes is the feeling. And it's something that I've talked about, the relationship between the viewer or the painter, and the surface, that feeling. Helps to tie everything together and override any difficulties I may be having on a good day. Understanding and feeling how a couch feels. Understanding and feeling how a doily feels. Understanding and feeling how the wallpaper feels. Understanding how the baby feels. And the baby is not right. It's something I'm going to finish up hopefully today. I'm working on it. been working on it sitting on a table because of the size. I put it down on the table, which I thought easy peasy. It actually made it more difficult. Now hanging up on the wall, I'm able to see the proportions better and feel the baby better. Feel her dress. Feel how she's seated. And that's the thing that overrides any difficulties, I feel, is understanding how it feels and getting that connection in there. In that. This is a stick figure scribbly mess, and then I'm going to show you the painting behind me, which has even less content in it. But I want you to see something that I can't really convey. So at the moment, let me turn the camera. And there we go. There's the stick figure mess, and we'll come around to the other side of the studio. There we go. This painting is 6 foot by 9 foot or something. It's 7 foot by 8, it's something or other. And what I'm doing is I'm laying out the figures. This is the reference material it's based on. 3 figures in a field next to a farm or something. I'm not so interested in getting the reference material correct up there. It's the feel of them again. And what I'm going to be doing, because when I'm doing paintings, whether it's large or teeny weeny or in between, is I put textures in. I lay down black gesso, black chalkboard paint, and then I lay in the figures as you see up here. Oh God, I have so much stuff in my pocket. I put in the figures. I feel like a kangaroo. I put in the figures with aerosol. I do a basic outline, a basic layout of the entire painting, and then I start working in aerosol designs that I cut out, or I use, I'll take my doilies and spray them in. Now with this, because it's so large, I want to have larger images to put up, like this. This happens to be the same detail I used for a painting I did of a girl sitting by a fireplace. This was the wallpaper, the basis for the wallpaper in the background. The wallpaper ended up being something totally different when I got done. So I may get away with using this again. But I've also sprayed another design from a doily. This is going to be incredibly complicated and time-consuming to cut out, and I sometimes get really bored and don't want to do it anymore. But I'm going to do it, because this is going to add really interesting texture to the background and into the clothing of the kid. He's got a white shirt on that will stay, I believe, undesigned at this point. Won't have any design on it. We've got a little girl in a white dress here. She'll need something. And then this figure, I'm really stuck to the idea, or drawn to the idea of using large, stencil-y pieces in her dress. Now, once I put it in, it doesn't mean I'm going to stick with that stencil design and highlight it and leave it clear and, you know, make it into a big deal. It's just part of an overall painting. So the stencil will be in the background as well as into the dress. And sometimes I cross over from figure to figure. Again, it's not about doing an exact replica of this. It's about making it feel alive and making it feel like 3 children sitting there. The feeling will do something to what would not make sense. Like, what if, doing a terrible job today. This is, my paintings are sometimes fairly abstract, and they're puzzly, and they make no sense until the last moment, and then boom, 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 they all make sense. But I've got all these designs, and they're intertwined, and what is going on here? But they also work, I feel, and I've been told with people. It's abstracty, and this shouldn't make sense. Having this design stretched out from figure to figure, from figure to background, shouldn't make sense, but it does. Somehow. So I'm really looking forward to doing this. But the point of the video was to say, doesn't matter if it's whatever size that is, 7 feet by 9 feet or whatever it is, 6 feet by 8 or something, or if it's teeny weeny, my teeny weeny little painting over there. The size is not as daunting. That size is a little bit, but it's not as daunting because it's the same thing. Feeling the crispness of white cotton. Knowing how it feels to be a small child sitting on a stool outside. You know how it feels to sit outside. It's not that hard to convey. Holding a baby. It's how it feels. It's taking your experience and expressing it on canvas or on wood or on a surface. That's all art is taking our experiences or our feelings, our experience with feelings, and expressing them. In my abstracts, I tend to convey energy. And it's my experience with feeling energy that I'm able to convey. So it's not doing the picture perfectly right and everything's stunning and ooh, it's so real. For me, it's how it feels. And that's what connects with a lot of people who enjoy my work, is how it feels. That's how it feels to be happy. That's what people say to me. That's how it feels to be sad. Painting from the inside out. Painting from your heart and mind out. Painting how it feels. And that's what will help bring the head and the hand together to get the expression of the reference material correct, hopefully. Okay, I'm going to pray that was almost close to being clear. Time to get back to work. Ciao.